After the government has decided to ban 59 apps based in China, there has been varied reactions from the software industry as such. We have with us Anil, who's also the managing director of GP Plus, a company that is based in Trivandrum. Anil, now that the government has decided to ban 59 apps based in China, citing security issues and user safeties, how do you react to this?
I think it's a very welcome reaction from the government. It should actually have been taken much earlier, especially with the current situations prevailing in the Chinese, revocations which are happening from the China and things like that. So I think it's a very welcome decision, and it's going to bring in a lot of benefits for the local market and local software development companies in Trivandrum and in India.
Right. Now, one of the reason that has been cited is the cyber issues, threats. Basically, there are allegations that user data has been transferred into servers based in China. Now, could you just elaborate on that? That how far is this correct? And if it's correct, like, this decision, how is it going to help, Indian companies?
I think the decision has been taken for this 59 apps primarily because of two things. One is it's classified under spyware and malware. So spyware fundamentally means that there is a lot of information which can be transmitted from our local mobiles, whether it is individuals or force officials, so force personals, whether it's military, police, or all those informations could be transmitted and that could be taken back into the server, which is based in China. And most of these Chinese apps are based out of China itself. Although there is wide talk about TikTok not being there, but there is a government alliance with TikTok as well. But same way is with malware as well. There could be a lot of virus infections which could be affected through the mobile. And nowadays, with the mobile being attached to computer and systems, these could be taken. I mean, the viruses could affect the entire network, the systems which the mobile is connected. So it is definitely a good decision from the government to ban, especially data being transmitted outside with apps which are connected to foreign servers.
Now, one of the most important, significant development here is that now that since 59 apps have been removed as far as Indian government's decision is concerned, many say that this is actually it will work good for Indian companies, Indian startups. It will be a lot of people are innovating on various mobile apps, especially in Bangalore, and other places. Now, how do you think that this would benefit the domestic market, especially the domestic IT market is concerned?
I think it's going to open up a lot of windows for the domestic startup companies, especially the young generation who have started a lot of new firms. They have had a lot of resistance from these Chinese apps, which have been well accepted in the markets currently. So if this competition is reduced, obviously their opportunities are going to be much wider, and I think our Indian innovation will be much better than the Chinese innovation. So I think it's a big opening for us.
Mm. Also, one more thing, Anil, that many say that it will take time for Indian companies to adapt to the new situation. Like it will take time for developing new apps. Do you think it was a decision that was taken all of a sudden without informing? Do you think it was done like that?
No, I don't really think so, because if you look at there are multiple apps which are already available, which are equivalent to the ones which have been banned. So that's not an issue, and all those apps can easily adapt into the new market, and they are already well equipped and ready to be launched in full fledged to take up any volume, any sizing, any metrics, etc. So I think that's adaptability should not be an issue at all.
Thank you so much. So there we heard this Anil, who clearly says that it is a positive move from the government side is concerned. And as far as the volume, we have enough number of companies, startups to make sure that new apps could be started domestic market. It will not be affected in any cost. So that is the reaction coming from the IT industry is concerned. A very positive reactions coming from various IT developers as far as Kerala is concerned. This is Vivek Karindalam for Times Digital.